Hey guys, Zack here, and welcome back to another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Ultraman Gaia. Now, this character comes from the 1998 television series, well, Ultraman Gaia, and a while back, I forget which, I don't know when I uploaded that video, but in my Ultraman Dyna video, I talked about how I didn't know which one I liked more, Ultraman Tiga or Ultraman Dyna. Now, as of this video, I can safely say that Ultraman Gaia is officially my new favorite Ultra show. It is such a good show. I love the characters, it's like different compared to because there are two Ultramen in this show. There's Ultraman Gaia, but then there's also Ultraman Agul, and they both kind of they contrast each other towards the first half, and they work really well together. And overall, Ultraman Gaia I think is a great show, and like I said, it's my new favorite Ultra show. Granted, I'm still fairly new to Ultraman. I still haven't seen other shows like Ultraman Nexus or Ultraman Blazar. I plan to eventually, but as of now, the most recent Ultraman show that I've seen was Ultraman Gaia, and I absolutely love it. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't really know what else to say, so let's just get right into this. To start this video, we'll take a look at the paint, and the painting on this figure I think looks very good. It's kind of hard to tell because of how colorful this figure is, but basically, most of the parts on this figure are casted in this reddish plastic, which I think looks very nice, and all of the metallic bits are very neatly painted on. Nothing's bleeding into one another. Everything here is painted very neatly, and it all looks great. All this metallic silver here. We have a little bit of black here on the chest, and also a little bit of gold. And his color timer here is painted a brighter shade of blue. I don't want to say cyan, but a bright blue. Gaia's head here, we have a little bit of yellow on the top part here. And just like with all the other Ultraman SH Figuarts figures that I looked at, the eyes here, they are made of this clear plastic with a bit of white behind to give the eyes a little bit more depth, and I think it looks great. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the painting on this figure, and overall, yeah, painting on this figure is very solid. So the painting here, I'd say definitely gets a pass. Now, we'll take a look at the articulation. And the articulation on this figure is about the same as the other SH Figuarts Ultraman figures that I talked about here. So I won't go into too much detail, but I'll still show everything off. So we have a ball joint at the base of the head here. So there's not a lot of side-to-side movement. There's a little bit, but not a lot, at all. But we do have some up and down action going on. So, yeah, there's that. The base of the neck is on a ball joint. The arms can move outwards like so, and move 360. And just like with Ultraman Dyna, the shoulders can pop out a little bit to add to the range of motion here, which is nice. And we also have a butterfly joint here, which I think extends a little too far, because, there are gaps here, and it looks noticeably weird, I'm not gonna lie. There I think is fine, but, I don't know, I think that's a little too much, but that's just me. We have a bicep swivel. We have a double bend in the elbows here. And for the rest here, they can move up and down like so, and rotate 360 degrees. The upper torso here, we have a nice ball joint. And the lower torso here, we have another ball joint. Gaia can kick forward about that far, and he can kick backwards about that far. Now, one thing to note, I don't know if you can hear this or not. In the leg joint right here, there is a loose piece of plastic, which you can kind of hear it rattling around in there. That does make me a little concerned. I'm not going to lie. It's probably nothing, but it is a little scary. So hopefully mine isn't badly broken or anything like that, but still just something to keep an eye out for if you buy this figure. We have a double bend in the knees here. Now for the ankles, they can move downwards like so. We have a really nice ankle pivot, and we have a toe bend. which is nice. And that's pretty much it for the articulation on this figure. Besides the just loose piece of plastic in the leg joint, overall, the articulation here, I think is really good. Definitely gets a pass. Like with the other SH Figuarts Ultraman figures that I reviewed on this channel, this guy comes with quite a few accessories, mostly these alternate hands. We have these relaxed hands, relaxed open hands. We have these more open hands. We have these grabby hands. More open hands. I don't know. Some flat hands. And some karate chop hands. Ultraman Gaia also comes with an alternate color timer, as well as a specium ray, like the other SH Figuarts Ultraman figures I reviewed. And just like with Dyna, the beam can actually disconnect from the handpiece, which is really nice. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the base accessories. The thing that's interesting about Ultraman Gaia here is that we have an entirely different set that's just dedicated to accessories for Ultraman Gaia. So, essentially, we have DLC for the base game, which might make the figure more expensive, but honestly, I think it's really cool. You know, options are nice, and the fact that this is an option, I think is really cool. So, first of all, we have a couple of impact effect pieces. This is to replicate the intro of the show where he lands and, like, there's a big shockwave and, like, all of the, you know, dirt, like, rises all around him, and it looks really cool. So, yeah, that, I'm really happy they included that. We have an alternate headpiece, because in the show, Ultraman Gaia, very similarly to Ultra 7, he actually shoots stuff from his head. Now, I don't know exactly what they're called, so just bear with me here. You know, I don't know what they're called off the top of my head, so I'm just going to call them the head specium rays. So, yeah, but anyway, we have one piece where he's charging up the head specium ray. We have another piece where he's shooting the head specium ray. And then we have another head specium ray that's blue. Again, I don't know what these are called. Bear with me. I'm just going to call them head specium rays. But, yeah. And that's pretty much it for this little set here. And, again, options are nice. It does make the figure more expensive. But, again, options are nice. So the fact that this is an option, I think, is really cool. I will say this, unrelated to the figure, it's really cool that Bandai did this for Ultraman Gaia. But it really makes you think, why can't they do this for the others, you know? Not even, like, exclusively Ultraman, but even, like, the SH Monster Arts line. Like, I know they did that for a little bit, but I have so many Godzilla figures, so many SH Monster Arts Godzilla figures that have no atomic breath parts, right? That's, like, that's part of Godzilla's character, his atomic breath, and barely any of the, you know, SH Monster Arts Godzilla figures that I own, they don't have any. I mean, granted, some of them, like, you do have to make, like, entirely new figures for that, which I understand. But, I don't know. Bio Goji, my SH Monster Arts 89 Godzilla, no effect piece. My SH Monster Arts Godzilla 1968, no atomic breath piece. My 1954 Godzilla, no effect piece. Now, I know they're making a repaint of that figure that comes with an effect piece and a little plane, which is really cool, but why didn't that just come with the original figure? But I'm getting off topic here. Overall, this is a neat little addition. You know, again, broken record, I know. It makes the figure a little more expensive, but it's optional. So if you don't want it, you don't have to pick this up. But the option is there. So, yeah. Now, we'll take a look at the sculpt. And the sculpting on this figure, I think, is pretty much perfect. I think this is pretty much one-to-one Ultraman Gaia from the hit 1998 television series, Ultraman Gaia. Nothing looks too out of place here. The proportions look good, you know. Nothing's too big or too small. Overall, the proportions on this figure look good, and the sculpting here, it just looks great. I don't know what else you want me to say. It's Ultraman Gaia from Ultraman Gaia, you know? Like, they did a great job capturing the likeness of the suit, and, yeah. Overall, it's great. So, yeah. Sculpting on this figure, I'd say definitely gets a pass. Now, we'll take a look at the detailing on this figure, and the detailing on this figure is good, though something to note, I've mentioned this in my Ultraman Dyna video, but Ultraman, he's not like Godzilla or Gamera, where, like, they're scaly, or there's just, like, a lot going on as far as detailing goes. Ultraman, or Ultramen, whatever, are usually, like, smoother, so there's not really a whole lot to say, but still there is some detailing here. Like on the top of the head here, you like the indentation between the yellow and the silver here. I think looks nice, and even the little bit of detailing in the ears there looks alright. The eyes are detailed nicely as well. You know, they do have that like that golf ball sort of look, which is cool, and I like that. The chest here, we have some nice detailing here, like the, I don't want to say paneling, but like the bit here on the chest I think is detailed nicely. And on the shoulders here, we do have a little bit of like some like creases in like the skin here to give it like that guy in a suit feel. And I think that looks good here. You know, again, just a lot of, just mostly smooth detailing, but still, it is nice. We have some nice musculature in the calves here. And the feet, again, gives off that guy in a suit feel, which is nice. Even like the back fin here, again, there's like that seam going through the center to, you know, this is where the zipper was, obviously. So, yeah, that is a nice attention to detail, and I do like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the detailing on this figure. There we go. Yeah, the detailing on this figure, I think is pretty good. So the detailing here, I'd say gets a pass. Now, we'll do some size comparisons. To start, here we have the SH Figuarts Ultraman Dyna. Here we have the SH Figuarts Ultraman Tiga. So now we have all three of the TDG Trilogy Ultramen. TDG, which means Tiga, Dyna, and Gaia. Here we have the SH Figuarts OG Ultraman. And of course, here we have some hand sanitizer. And here we have Dr. Billy Grant. First of all, I just want to say that having all three of these guys together looks really cool. Like, genuinely, these guys look great, you know? It's really nice having the TDG Trilogy of Ultras here. TDG, like I mentioned earlier, stands for Tiga, Dyna, and Gaia. So, yeah. Anyway, at the end of the day, should you get this figure? I'd say yes. Overall, I think this guy is about on par with both Dyna and Tiga here. So, like, as far as quality goes, these guys are all the same. You know, they're all great figures. The articulation's great, the sculpting, the paint, the detailing. Overall, everything about Gaia is great. If I had to pick one of these three, I'd go with Dyna, because Gaia, while I really like Gaia, again, he has that loose piece of plastic in his leg that is admittedly very concerning. You know, like, I'm probably overthinking it and it's not the end of the world, but again, just a little scary for me, I'm not going to lie. And Tiga's a great figure too, but Dyna just has more articulation in his shoulders, so yeah. Tiga just feels a little limited in that regard, but I digress. So if you had to pick one of the three, I'd say go with Dyna, but I do recommend that you get all three. You know, and Gaia too, because, like, you know, this video is about Gaia. Gaia here is a great figure as well, you know. So as far as price tags go, so Gaia, just base Gaia, is about, I paid about like $70, $75, which it's not cheap, but it's not super expensive either, so I'm okay with that price tag. However, I will say that with the accessory pack included, overall you are paying a total of between $90 to $100, which is more expensive. But like I mentioned, the accessory pack is optional, so if you just want base Gaia, then you only need to worry about paying $75. But if you want the whole package, then you're going to need to pay a little extra. The accessory pack costs like $35, I think. 40, 35, something like that. So yeah, it is going to bump the price tag up. But, like, you know, like I said, it's optional. So if you just want Gaia, then stick with Gaia. But the option is there. But as far as Gaia specifically goes, yes, I do recommend that you get this figure, and it is very nice. And hopefully, if you get yours, then there won't be a loose piece of plastic, and you will, you know, not have the same issue that I have. So, yeah. Anyway, that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, Zack out.